Moscow's enormous Red Square was the stage for the 49th anniversary of the Bolshevik Revolution. Political and military leaders reviewed the march past. Rockets, of course, needn't all be little ones. Part 2 will follow immediately. After the armed forces came the turn of the people, all enthusiastically cheering the leaders. Children formed themselves into a gigantic representation of the Russian star. Some of them were chosen to carry bouquets to the leaders. This generation reaps the benefit of the sacrifices demanded of its predecessors since 1917 until the present decade. Brentford are taking the hard way under ballet mistress Doreen Hermitage towards better football. Doreen tells them that ballet is the best of all muscle trainers. The skipper, Bobby Gelson, and his team will try anything to take them out of the 4th division back to the 1st, where the club belonged in the 1930s. They were soon doing plié en grand bâtiment without being aware of it. If ballet training leads to bigger gates, the club's general manager will be more than pleased. He doesn't have to train. Perhaps before long, the fans will be seeing entrechat, pas de chat, and arabesques as their idols dance the ball into the net, their opponent's net, unless they're too giddy to notice the difference. In this bunch, there may be one or two good enough to get a transfer to Sadler's Wells. Everything's mini nowadays, including bikes. An attractive exhibit at the Cycle and Motorcycle Show. They even make them to take apart and fold up. A racing model provides for every gradient merely by having a 10-speed gear. Wonder how many young chaps will leave the exhibition praying that somebody will give them one. The long and the short and the tall, it's all one to the bike. For the super touring tandem with 15 speeds, you have to dig deep down into your pocket, 112 pounds. From Japan, the Honda Micro Bike. Small, but carries a heavy 6-footer with ease, and of course folds up into hardly any size at all. Mike Hailwood's 250cc racing Honda. BSA's model for police work, guaranteed to overhaul anyone exceeding the limit. You want power? The Norton Atlas 750cc should fit the bill. BSA Golden 500 claims better acceleration than some famous sports cars. Bob Leppin at the controls of something really fast, the Gyronaut X1, a record holder at 274 miles an hour. Something for every taste and every pocket at Earl's Court. Ten men died in a brush fire near Los Angeles just when everybody thought the season of open-air holocausts was over. A high wind made it all but impossible to check the sweep of the flames. Householders in the San Fernando Valley hosed down their homes in protection against flying embers. Olive View Hospital hurriedly evacuated 600 patients as the fire raced dangerously close. This emergency measure was successfully carried out. Other outbreaks nearby made it the worst tragedy of the kind that California has experienced for 33 years. Would you fancy yourself in Howling Wolf? Because next spring, the Wild West will be the height of fashion for the young, early in '67. And very becoming it all looks, judging by a show in Mayfair, one step ahead of the times. here, in her new role as fashion writer, was Mary Rand, inspired by the princess, the Margaret model. The names are good too. Police College, the Motor Show, and the Glassworks. They're very attractive, and it all makes us wonder how everything's going on out west. This rodeo is an all-prison affair in Texas. The riders are convicts. Only the broncs are at liberty to go home, and obviously they want to. It really is tough riding a Brahma bull. The bull doesn't realize it's only for charity. Don't be downhearted. Jump back. The headquarters of the London Fire Brigade was honoured by Her Majesty. The occasion, the Brigade Centenary. The control room at Lambeth is a revelation to any visitor. Known here is the fire situation of the whole London area. How the capital coped with outbreaks 100 years ago was graphically displayed. Amusing to look back on, but not at the time. A lot of this kind of equipment was still in use in many parts of the country well into this century. Boasting an output of 700 gallons a minute, the steam pump was a great bound forward. Today's vehicles and machinery are marvelous, as they need to be to keep up with the fire hazard always menacing the huge buildings of the present time. Last year, there were nearly 55,000 fires in the Greater London area. For the Queen, the men of Lambeth gave a spectacular show. Biggest shot in the arm for the American Republican Party, the election of Ronald Reagan as governor of California. By a colossal million majority, the one-time film actor is already spoken of as a presidential candidate next time. Most of the polling stations from west to east showed a swing away from President Johnson's Democratic Party. But in Alabama, Lurleen Wallace was elected governor on the Democratic ticket, succeeding her husband, who had served the full term allowed. Edward Brooke was elected to the Senate for Massachusetts, the first Negro to win a seat there since the Civil War. Back to favor in no uncertain way came Nelson Rockefeller, retaining the governorship of New York State. His wife's nickname is Happy, and not even she ever had better cause for happiness than when the results came true. An impressive view of the city from the top of the monument, and over the water too. No ordinary river, the Thames. John Burns called it liquid history. The river in a host of ways made London. The Tower, a reminder of that history, like the old street cries of past centuries. One day each year, the city turns its back on business, embraces tradition, and holds the Lord Mayor's Show. Lord Mayor's Day has always been a light-hearted occasion, so welcome to the fire eaters.